Welcome to another video where we are going to discuss our next question. And this question we're going to talk about steps. So, what is the question asking? The first thing that we need to go through, we need to iterate through the question. And as we have said, we're going to cover our topic here. We're going to have this template that is going to have steps.extension JS, and let us see what our question is requiring, what requires us to do. Now, write a function that accepts a positive number, that is n, and then the function should console log a step shape with n levels using the hash character. Make sure the steps as spaces on the right side, on the right hand side. So what do we need here? We need an example and see how this one is going to reflect. So for instance, so for that, for two steps, we're going to have this hash, which is represented here at each level of n number. So we're going to have one character here, then we're going to have these two characters here. And step 3, we're going to have these hash numbers incrementing into a total of 3. So in that order, up to the fourth step, you can see how the steps are going to be are being displayed. So with that said, let us rush into the function where we're going to have the steps. We're going to have steps, and these steps, they're going to have a parameter that is going to be n value, the n number. Then we're going to have this function here. We're going to call the function. So for us to iterate throughout the steps that we're going to call, we're going to use for loop that is going to allow us iterate throughout the steps that we're going to take. And let the row is equals to 1. Sorry, let row is equals to 1. I don't know why I'm not. Sorry, row is equals to 1. Then for us to create this loop, we have to declare row is less than n. So the row should be less than n in a increment while we increment the steps in the row. And this is going to return. It's going to return a nested loop. But first, let the line that is going to be the line that we're going to have, let the line that is going to be produced be a string. Okay, so we're going to declare it as an empty string, and then we're going to iterate through the column for let call is equals to 1. Sorry, then column is less than or equals to n. Then we're going to increment the columns. They're going to increment. Okay, so what are we going to return here? After that, we're going to return an if statement that states if column is less or equal. Sorry, I think we didn't the parentheses did not match how we want them to be. Let us say if column is less or equals to row, then what? Then we're going to have line, if column is less or equals to low, or is less or equals to row, then we're going to have line that is going to the line is going to be equals to is going to increment or equals to the hash number that we identified, that we were given from the sample. So this is how you will handle the if statement. Else if the statement is not right, then line is going to be is equals to plus or equals to string. So this is how we're going to have we're going to have this hash. Then you're going to have console log. We're going to console log the line. Yeah. So this line is going to give us a drawing of the steps, and how the steps are being iterated throughout this function, and that we will have a decorator here of the steps of the function, that is steps, and we try calling this these steps in how many number of times? 5 number of times. Let us see what we're going to have out of when we iterate throughout the steps in 5 number of times. So apparently we have an error here, because we are not supposed to have a call, but it's supposed to be a call for a column. Okay, so with that put, let us see if we're going to have the solution. Very nice. Now you can see the steps. When you iterate through the steps, you can see we have iterated through the number of times that we have called them. This is 5 steps of them. Okay, so the first line is going to be 0. Then the second line is going to have an index of 1. The third line is going to have an index of 3 hash tables, where the fourth one is going to have 3 elements of the index, and the fifth one is going to have 5 elements of the 4 elements of the index. So in this one, you can see when you iterate throughout the steps increment. They're going to form this. They're going to form these hashes here in a diagram that we just formed. So this is just an example of a simple algorithm that you can be asked during an interview. And first you need to understand what the question is all about, and you can understand how to store your different variables that you're going to be calling inside your algorithm. With that said, I'll see you in the next one, where we're going to be covering our next question of our series. I'll see you there.